If you find yourself carrying the quiet weight of having been needed rather than cherished, stay here for a moment. Take a slow breath and arrive here. You do not need to analyze anything. Let the words land where they land. Your body will take what it needs. And begin. I feel like I was brought into the world to serve someone else's needs rather than to be loved for who I am. I feel like my existence was used to support or protect my parent rather than to nurture me. I feel like I was expected to play a role that had nothing to do with my own life or experience. I feel humiliated by the sense that my life was used as a tool for someone else's pain or image. I feel a deep hidden rage about being used this way. I felt like there was no space for my own truth or my own emotions. I felt squeezed and silenced when I tried to express what was really happening. I felt like I had to suppress my anger and my authenticity in order to survive. I want to reclaim my right to exist for my own life and my own experience. I recognize that these are experiences arising within my awareness, not truths about who I am. Even though I feel this deep sense that I was brought here to serve others and not to be loved, and it lives in my body as a familiar ache, I am learning to see this as a pattern passing through my awareness, not the truth of who I am. I was brought here to fill their emptiness. I was just a tool for their survival. There was never room for me. I had to disappear so they could be okay. My anger was too dangerous to feel. If I spoke my truth, I would be abandoned. I am only valuable for what I provide. No one wants to know who I really am. I feel humiliated that I stayed so small. The rage inside me feels endless and dark. I hate that I was used like that. I want to scream, but no sound comes out. Notice how this feels in your body. Breathe into the heaviness in your chest. Maybe if I had been different, they would have loved me. I was wrong to need anything for myself. My existence was a mistake unless I was helping. I feel hollowed out from giving myself away. I am so tired of holding this alone. Let the body soften a little. Notice the tightness in your shoulders beginning to loosen. I am watching these feelings rise and fall like waves. There is a part of me that simply observes this pain. It does not consume everything. I am still here breathing while these memories move through me. I can remain here with this exactly as it is. I do not need to move this experience anywhere. I am intact while this passes through me. Underlying beliefs. Perhaps I believe my only value is in what I provide for others. It is possible I carry a belief that my needs are unimportant or burdensome. Maybe I believe that expressing my true feelings leads to rejection or punishment. I might hold a belief that anger is dangerous and must be suppressed. Possibly I believe that my existence is conditional on being useful. It is conceivable that I learned my role was to absorb rather than to be. I may believe that love and being used are the same thing. This could be a pattern of believing I must abandon myself to keep connection. Perhaps I am replaying an old survival strategy of making myself small. I recognize these beliefs are patterns from past experiences and are not my true self. It could be that I have been living inside an outdated identity of the caretaker, the silent one, the one who exists for others, and this role once protected me, but I am now outgrowing it. Adult self, gently turn toward your inner child. I am sorry to my inner child, who had to be strong before they were ready. I am sorry to my inner child, who learned that love meant disappearing. I am sorry to my inner child, who carried the weight of a parent's pain. I am sorry to my inner child, who was silenced for simply being real. Your awareness was never the problem. Your feelings were never too much. They were just passing through you, and you are safe now. Inner child speaks. It feels strange to be seen like this, like a soft light is reaching me. Maybe it is safe to let someone hold this with me. Adult speaks. I give you permission to heal in your own time. I give you permission to forgive yourself for the ways you survived. I release any guilt and shame you carry from being used. I honor our journey together through all of it. I love you exactly as you are, not for what you do. You are safe to let go and be yourself now because I am here always to protect you. These feelings are passing experiences, not your defining reality. Now that we've felt and honored the experience, allow understanding and light to arise naturally. Message from Higher Self. You were never brought here to serve. You arrived as a complete being, worthy simply because you exist. The roles you were given were born from another's limitation, not your purpose. Your true nature was never touched by their need. It remained whole beneath the weight. The anger you carry is a sign of your boundary wanting to be born, not a flaw in you. You are not the role you played. You are the awareness that watched yourself play it. Thoughts, fears, and emotional reactions are temporary appearances in consciousness, and the true self is always whole, untouched, and free. The ask, inner child. I allow myself to feel what it is like to simply be here, without performing or providing, noticing the quiet in my chest. I give myself permission to sense the space around me, to notice that my presence alone is enough, and to feel this in my belly right now. Adult self. I choose to stay present with my inner child while they experience being seen, without rushing to fix or change anything. I remain here, grounded and steady, as this new sensation of simply existing begins to register in my body. Higher self. I allow this experience to unfold in its own time, without needing to understand or direct it. I trust that awareness remains stable, while these new sensations of worth arise and pass, without grasping or controlling. Bridge into your new reality. Earlier there was a collapse when I was needed, but now there is a quiet steadiness that remains, even as I notice I am enough without doing anything. Where there was once a reflex to disappear, I now feel a subtle expansion in my ribs, a softening that allows me to be seen without vanishing. I used to feel my worth as something earned through sacrifice, but now I notice a simple sensation of okayness that exists without any effort at all. Reclaim your power. I choose to release the belief that my value depends on what I provide, and I embrace the simple truth that my presence is enough. I honor my inherent worth by turning toward my own experience with the same compassion I once reserved for others. Knowing the self witnessing this choice was always untouched and capable. Seeing it done. I imagine myself feeling a quiet, ordinary morning where I wake up and simply exist. There is no pressure to perform, no internal scanning for what someone might need from me. I see myself making tea, noticing the warmth of the cup in my hands and feeling a soft contentment in my chest. My body is relaxed, my breath is easy, and I am not waiting for the other shoe to drop. I am here in my own life and it feels simple and mine. In this parallel reality, there is no urgency to prove my worth because my worth was never in question. I am the stable witness to this peaceful scene, and it is enough. I finally feel what it is like to be held by my own presence, warm and steady like sunlight on skin. There is a quiet hum in my body now, a gentle vibration that says I belong to myself, and it feels like coming home. My breath moves freely, my shoulders rest low, and I notice that simply being here is a complete and satisfying experience. This way of relating to myself feels ordinary, like breathing, like blinking, like the natural rhythm of a body at peace. There is nothing dramatic about this ease. It is just my birthright, quietly landing, and it feels safe. Now experience a new future. I am at the kitchen table and my parent enters the room with a heavy sigh. Their energy is low, their shoulders curved, and I notice the old familiar pull in my chest to go to them to ask what is wrong, to offer myself up as a solution. But this time something is different. I feel my feet flat on the floor. I notice the cool surface under my soles. I take a slow breath and my ribs expand easily. There is no urgency. I see them, I register their presence, and I also feel my own presence. My hand rests on my thigh and I feel the warmth of my palm through my clothing. I notice a thought arise. They need me. I watch the thought float by like a cloud. I do not grab it. I feel a slight tingle in my belly, not panic, just alertness. My breath continues, steady and soft. I look at them and I feel compassion, but I do not move toward them. I am not frozen. I am simply here with myself. I notice my jaw is relaxed. I notice my throat is open. I notice that I can be in the same space and remain in my own body. They do not ask for anything. They just sigh again and sit down. I feel a wave of something new. I am allowed to just be here. I do not need to fix this. I do not need to absorb this. I feel a warmth spread through my chest, not from them, from me. My own warmth, my own steady presence. I look down at my hands and they look like they belong to me. I feel a soft smile pull at the corner of my mouth. This is ordinary. This is safe. I am here in my life, not in theirs. I feel a quiet satisfaction settle into my hips and legs, a groundedness that says I am allowed to take up space. They get up and leave the room. I am still here. I am still breathing. I am still whole. The room is quiet now, and I notice the silence does not feel empty. It feels like room for me. I let out a long, easy exhale and feel my body soften into the chair. This is normal now. This is how it feels to be myself. Allow this felt sense to continue integrating naturally in the body and in life. Take a deep breath, feel the shift, and smile. Let this settle gently. There's nothing you need to do right now. You can return to this whenever you feel called. Be gentle with yourself.